Welcome back to Meg's Mysteries. So glad you can join us. This week it's called Table for Two. The sun lures you with its warming rays. It lulls you into a relaxing state. But beware, some of the things that you think are good for you can burn you in the end. You must always protect yourself. I was relaxing outside on a park bench, the sun rays kissing my skin. It was a wonderful first day of spring. I had my eyes closed, just enjoying the warmth, when I heard a voice. You must be careful. The sun is not always your friend. You can get burnt. I was so startled and thought, how rude. I opened my eyes, and then I saw a well-dressed young man. Who was he to tell me to be careful? I'm not a child. I know the dangers of the sun. He said, pardon me. I know you must know that. Excuse me for interrupting you. I said, it's okay. I'm leaving now anyway, but thanks for your concern. He probably didn't mean anything or any harm. He was only trying to be helpful. I told him I only just moved here, and it's the first chance I got to enjoy the park. He said, I come here often and live nearby. Maybe I'll see you again sometime. By the way, my name is Jack Elliott. I said, glad to meet you. I'm Linda Daniels. Maybe I'll see you around. And then I got up to leave. He said, I must be going too. See you, Linda. I haven't been back to the park in weeks, between work and weather. But this was another gorgeous sunny day, so I'm going to take advantage of the beautiful weather. I sat down on the same bench and was reading my new book. It was the first chance to start it. I'm always so busy, and just to sit and relax and read was so welcoming. I was well into the story, and I felt as someone was watching me. It was Jack. He smiled from across the lane. He was sitting on another bench. He waved and said, I didn't want to intrude while you were reading. I said, hope you haven't been in the sun too long. You can get burnt. We both laughed, and he asked if he can join me. So we talked a while, telling each other what we did. I didn't tell him too much about my personal life. You can't be too careful these days, and I've been burnt by men before. But he seemed so nice and friendly, so I thought, what a little conversation can't hurt. He told me he worked for a computer firm as a technical advisor. I told him I work at the local flower shop. I designed the arrangements. Then he asked if I'd like to go have some coffee. But I told him next time I must be off now. Maybe I'll see you around here again. And then I left. He smiled and waved and said, until next time, Linda. That week he showed up at my work at the florist shop. He just smiled and said, I finally found you. I thought that was odd, but I just smiled. Then he said, I missed you at the park and wondered if you were okay. You said that you worked at the local florist. I tried the 3 shops. I didn't know which one, but now I found you. I thought, that's a little stalky. I didn't want him to have so much personal information about me, so I never gave him the name of the shop. He must have read my mind and said, sorry, it's like I'm stalking you, but I'm really not. I was just concerned. I'll leave now. Then I thought to myself, just like you were concerned that I would burn on the first day we met. But then I said, no, it's okay, thanks. I was just busy this past week and didn't have time for the park. I didn't want to seem too rude to him. He said, I must be going. I'm glad you're okay. Maybe coffee sometime? I felt bad for thinking him a stalker, so I said, I have an hour for lunch. We can go to the corner cafe. So then we went. We had coffee and a nice lunch. We talked like old friends. He was extremely nice, and I didn't have many friends outside of work. And this was nice getting to know him. We did meet up at the park a couple times, and this time he brought a puppy. I said, who's your friend? He said, this is Miss Pugsley. He told me a friend had her but had to give her away, and he fell in love with her and took her in. I told him I love pugs and all dogs, but I can't have any animals in my apartment. Then he said, well, we can share her. We can get together and walk her in the park sometimes, if you like. So we decided to share her, and we walked Miss Pugsley every evening after work, and sometimes on the weekends during the day. We all got to be great friends, all three of us. Then one time Jack asked me, he said, would you like to go to dinner sometime? I found a wonderful Italian restaurant near here. As friends, of course. I said that would be lovely. So he reserved a table for two, and we had a great time, wine and delicious food. Afterward, we picked up Miss Pugsley for her walk. They both walked me home, but he didn't even come up to my door. He just waved and left. I thought, well, that's fine. We're just friends. Then an hour later, he called me and said, what a great time we had. We must do it again. But this time I'll cook. I don't like to leave Miss Pugsley for long. Do you like steak? I said, who doesn't like steak? And I love a home-cooked meal. I'm free on this Friday, but just friends, right? We both laughed and said, perfect, Friday it is. See you around 7. That Friday I bought a nice bottle of dessert wine to go with the fruit tart I made. Miss Pugsley greeted me at the door. Jack said, I'll put the steaks on, have some wine. He had the table set for two, and Miss Pugsley had her own dish and placemat near his chair. We had a nice dinner and some light conversation. Miss Pugsley had her own steak. Jack cleared the table and went into the kitchen to get the dessert dishes, while I opened the bottle of wine I bought to go with the fruit tart and some goat cheese. I poured the wine. The wine paired well with the dessert. We talked some more, and then he started to yawn and said, I must be more tired than I thought. I'm so sorry, Linda. I said, go relax. I'll clean up the kitchen. I hope the dessert was not too heavy for you. Then hours later, he passed out and never to wake up again. I made sure he was gone before I started cleaning up the apartment. No trace of me being there. No one had seen me go in there, and no one knew anything about me. So this is what I did. I had added a little something to the fruit tart and wine. While he was in the kitchen, I added sleeping pills to his glass. I had made the tart with leaves and berries from a deadly poison plant called pong pong. I only made believe I ate the tart. I just pushed it around on the plate. He didn't seem to notice, and his wine had the sleeping pill in it. Like I said, they paired well together. I said to Miss Pugsley, so who's the one who got burnt? I knew he was a stalker. I knew it the first time I saw him. Because I'm one too. I was following him all along from the start. I saw him first. So then I picked up Miss Pugsley and left. I also lied about no pet rule where I lived. I just said, come on, Miss Pugsley. We'll go home and have dinner, just for the two of us from now on. Then we can go and enjoy our evening walks in the park, just the two of us. As I looked down at her, Miss Pugsley looked up, and she just smiled at me. That was the end of Table for Two. Thank you for coming and visiting. I'd like to take this time to welcome my new subscribers and thank all my old subscribers. I hope you enjoy Meg's Mysteries. More to come. Thank you.